Married at First Sight Australia viewers fume as Bronte and Harrison decide to stay together, despite him slating her. The pair have not had the easiest ride, with Harrison being ignorant of his toxic actions towards Bronte. Viewers and even the experts on Married at First Sight Australia were left dumbfounded at the end of Monday's episode when one couple decided to stay together in the final commitment ceremony, despite their tumultuous and toxic relationship, forcing psychologist Mel Schilling to openly ask them what we all want to know: why are you still here? Harrison and Bronte haven't had the easiest ride in this social experiment, which sees strangers matched by a series of data and meet, for the first time, at the altar and marry. On several occasions, the bride and groom have been seen respectively storming out of their shared flat on numerous occasions after harsh disagreements, while viewers have witnessed Harrison's toxic behavior, with claims coming from their fellow participants and newlyweds that the construction worker is gaslighting Bronte and using emotional manipulation. And last night, in the final commitment ceremony before the newlyweds head off into the outside world, showing their partner their life outside the experiment during Homestays Week, Bronte and Harrison shocked everybody by choosing to stay in the experiment for one more week, causing outrage not just amongst the contestants and experts but viewers at home. This reaction comes after Harrison declared he would be leaving after Bronte was a no-show for the last dinner party just days after his actions caused her to break down in tears, describing him as an emotional manipulator. But the pair seem to have had a complete about-turn, despite Harrison telling the experts John Aiken, Alessandra Rampalla, and Mel Schilling his boundaries and deal-breakers had been crossed by Bronte when she stormed out their flat claiming she wanted to go home. He also explained how being named as a manipulator upset him. "I felt like that crosses a huge boundary," he told the experts, "because to call someone a manipulator is really damaging to their character. And I have a son, I want to have a family in the future. Getting called something like that is really damaging and could potentially change my life, so felt that was a huge line that got crossed." However, Harrison described Bronte to another participant as fake, a gaslighter and a liar. When asked if he said those things, he claimed he did not remember, to which Mel stopped him by saying, "That's not going to cut it. You can't play the amnesia card now. Surely, Harrison, if you called your wife fake and a gaslighter, you'd remember that. They're pretty powerful words. Why are you saying now that you can't remember?" "I genuinely can't remember saying those things," Harrison said, seemingly playing dumb. "I'm asking you a pretty direct question. And I genuinely don't believe you," Mel continued. "And this is a pattern we see with you, Harrison. I'm talking about behavior, this is not about. You've made this claim about the importance of boundaries. Bronte is saying to you that there may be a time where you may have crossed that boundary. You're not able to admit to that," Mel said, "and what you're giving her is doublespeak. Confusing language. That stuff's not going to help her get clarity in the relationship. If I could remember saying it, genuinely, I would take accountability for it. I don't remember saying those things," said Harrison. When it came to crunch time, where the pair were asked to share their decision whether to stay together in the experiment or leave, they both stayed, which gobsmacked all in the room. Bronte told the experts, "There is still so much of my life that I want Harrison to see before I make any sort of decision. So, I chose to stay." With Harrison also choosing stay, explaining how he wants to see Bronte outside the experiment, fellow groom Ollie interjected and called him out on this, explaining how Harrison had told the boys some nights previously how he didn't want to go to Bronte's home of Perth and said that she only wanted to flaunt around in her bikini. Hearing this revelation, Mel turned to the both of them and said, "This has got to stop, Harrison. You cannot continue to say these things about Bronte to the group." Asking the question all viewers wanted to hear, Mel said, "I've got to ask, guys, what is it that keeps the two of you together, after everything that you've dealt with? Why are you still here?" "I think for me," Harrison said, "is just chemistry. When things are good, they're really good. When things are bad, they're really bad," added Bronte. And viewers were in uproar about this, with many exploding onto Twitter to voice their frustration at this shock decision. One user, Martin87XX, wrote, "What the actual Bronte? while another said, "Why are Bronte and Harrison both still there?" Harrison stated that Bronte had crossed his boundaries, yet wrote stay. He seems to have forgotten that he previously texted Bronte that their relationship was over. Glad the group called him out. AU Gaslight. A third, K3L. Added, "No two people that infuriate me more than Harrison and Bronte." He Talks Rugby also gave their 2 cents and said, "What the hell am I watching? Bronte and Harrison both deciding to stay. What the fuck are they doing? Bronte, you are an idiot. This man is violating you. The experts need to kick them out. Gutted, we have to suffer more. Bronte and Harrison, please put us out our misery," another added. Please subscribe our channel for more update news.